Hi there, I'm Mike, and you are about to listen to the 5th episode of Black Series Cantina. Lucky you. But listen, before you do, I just want to let you know that some mistakes were made and some lessons were learned. We had some snafus and some errors in our high quality recordings that we usually do to get you that crisp audio. And because of that, I had to use the stream audio that we used to record, and it is not as good. You're going to hear some artifacting, you're probably going to hear a little echoing, and I tried to clean it up as best as possible, and it's not as good. I'm just going to say that right there. So if you don't want to listen to this one, I completely understand. It will be better next time. But if you do, I hope you enjoy it. And if you stick around to the end, you'll even get a little fun surprise. Zach, are you excited for this episode?
I have been looking forward to this episode ever since we finished the last one. So,
wow,
what about you?
A long time.
Yeah, hey, 2 weeks is a long time. I'm ready to. Yeah, I'm ready to record daily. You know, especially with how much news we got dropping.
I know. I felt like maybe we should have weekly episodes, but I just don't have time for that. That's the problem.
It'd be a lot. It'd be a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Well, welcome to. But I forgot the name of our podcast.
Black Series Cantina. I'll cover the intro. I got the intro. Welcome to Black Series Cantina. If you want 3.75-inch news, get the hell out of here. We don't cover that. So I'm Zach, and
I'm Mike.
Joined me is Mike, like always.
That's right.
So yeah, was that a good intro? That's the first time I've done.
I mean, you'll get better. You'll get better as you go. It's everyone's first time's always a little rough. So
yeah, next time I'll be better.
Yeah, I'll let you do it next time, and we'll see how that goes. But joining us today is going to be a very special man. We've talked about him a couple times on the podcast.
Yes, we have.
You might know him as my personal Canadian Santa Claus. He has given me quite a few figures in my own personal collection. And Zach is really excited to meet him because maybe he will start benefiting from Papa Gord's generosity, but probably not because he's my Papa Gord and not your Papa Gord. But I'd love to welcome to the stream, to the podcast, Papa Gord.
Woo! Hey guys, how's it going? Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure.
So.
Yeah. Long time listener, first time caller. Is that how that works?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'm loving what I'm hearing so far. The first 4 episodes I've listened to a few times now. So,
you ever heard the super secret 5th episode?
No, not yet.
I'm just That's the one we're recording right now.
It'll be this one.
That's the current one. You're listening to it right now.
5 is. Oh, yeah. And it's the 5th. No, it's the 6th now.
It's the 5th for me technically still. And then on the 6th, we gain a whole extra hour. So what are you going to do with that hour that's Black Series related?
I guess we just keep on recording the podcast, right?
That's right. It's like,
we do a 3-hour
special hour.
We get a free hour or something.
That's right. Yeah, let's make it a 3-hour podcast.
I feel like the last one we might have gotten, I don't know how long it was, but we could have gotten it easily. I feel like this one we got a lot of news to go over. So
yeah, we do.
You never know.
Yeah. So at the end of the last episode, this is spontaneous. We did not discuss it, but I was like, let's do a guest. And I had Papa Gord in mind when I said it. Because, we'll get into Papa
one of the
Gord
few
and his stuff.
Yeah.
But because I said that because I didn't really think there was going to be that much news. Like we just had PulseCon. Like how much news could there possibly be in 2 weeks? A lot.
They decided to have they crammed all these events like right after PulseCon. It's
just kind of rapid fire.
Odd, yeah. But like, why didn't we get? Because I feel like I was watching the 6-inch show with Fly Guy and Matt from Star Wars: The Black Series Instagram.
The other big Instagram. Black
Series guy. They were talking about that people felt like PulseCon should have had like a little bit more. They should have got. Remember when I was talking about after they did all the Mandalorian figures, and it seemed like they were going to go back to individual figures. Like that's what they should have went back to. It just felt like there was a little bit, and that like what they did for the 1027 that was the little bit, they should have given us for that. But
I feel like at least two of those.
Yeah, like the Fennec Shand, which we'll cover. We'll get into that later on.
We'll get into that, but that hasn't even been
officially announced. And they had a Fan Friday today. Fan First Friday today.
We'll get into all that. Yeah.
No cover to that. So we'll get into that.
Before we get into the news, Papa Gord, tell us who you are and why we care.
Oh, gee, you didn't say there were going to be questions.
You got to prepare.
I'm just some lucky guy who kind of tripped over your YouTube channel when I was I was in a bit of a down spot, honestly. So we've talked about it a little bit before, and I didn't really know that the 6-inch scale. I didn't even know it existed. So I was all into Lego with my son and Funko Pops and stuff like that. So I didn't know that was a thing. And then you fall down the rabbit hole starting to watch. And I've binged Mike's channel from start to finish probably 3 times at least by now. And I'm like, oh, those look really interesting. And they can move more than, robotic arms, a 5 points of articulation. See, all this terminology I didn't know anything about as well. So I went over to the Walmart. There was 3 figures on the shelf at clearance at $5 each. I bought all 3, came home, and that has spawned into, spawned into a YouTube channel, a very creative nickname that not in a million years, and I can never see it ever going away, even if I depart YouTube and social media, whatever, because now there are people that live near me that know, and especially like I said, the kids at my work know about me and the whole bit. So they've already tried to book me for May the 4th coming up next year, so they can have their Star Wars Day or whatever. So so it's been really great. It's really helped with a lot of depression issues that I do suffer with, and being introduced into such a huge community. And who would have thought that a guy, I've only got like 1,600 subscribers, and you know what? I'm very content with my group. I've got such a hardcore amount of people that come out for the live streams. They egged me on to try to see if I'd reach out to some of the upper echelon, I guess, of YouTube. And so I reached out to Robo from the Fwoosh, and he actually did 3-hour live stream with myself. And then Mike piggybacked on for like another, I think we did like 2 hours after that.
Oh, yeah. I was very drunk.
It was like a 5.5 hour live stream that night.
That's awesome.
I honestly could not tell you one thing that happened that entire time. I hit 99 people in the chat, and that's like my record high still. And it's just, it's been great. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I've never been able to meet. I haven't met Mike in person yet, but we I don't know, we've connected, a lot, and shared a lot of stuff outside of the community or what have you. So I kind of give my perspective. I complain a lot. I will say that it's kind of an ongoing thing. People expect me to rant quite a bit about, the lack of accessories, or the hands don't bend the right way, or why did they do this, or whatever, our usual Black Series gripes that most of us have, availability, so on and so forth. So I just do it with a bit of a Canadian twist, and it's a lot of apologizing every minute of it. So
eating poutine and apologizing. That's pretty much all his reviews are.
Oh, why'd you say poutine now? I could go for some. So
we'll get some poutine later.
Out of everything you said, the thing that sticks with me the most is your Walmart had figures when you went in there. They had 3 figures. I can't find a figure these days.
Oh, that's so true. And none of our Walmart.
I haven't been in mine in a week, so I don't know what's happened in the past 7 days, because I finally just went back to work after being off.
Well, you're in Canada, never mind.
If you want him to blow your mind, Zach, if you want to blow your mind, ask him about what his Toys R Us is like.
How's your Toys R Us? Lucky.
Existing.
Some
it exists.
Days are good. but it exists. So with that much, it's okay. I see Jeffrey every weekend because that giraffe comes out. So yep. So it's here. So they're still horrible for getting product, but we have it there. So
that's good.
So some of my best memories of like hunting down Black Series figures. I went to college in a small town here in Kentucky. You can probably guess which one if you're familiar with Kentucky. It's like one of like 5 we have, I guess. So people can DM me if you want to guess where I went if you live in Kentucky.
I'm not going to.
But you probably know. Have we talked about it? No. Anyways, so some of my best memories from hunting down Black Series figures in my small college town was going to the Toys R Us, and then right whenever like Toys R Us shut down, and then I would just drive by that toy. It just looked empty and like soulless and dead, and just my heart went with it. So hopefully my area gets them back. So R.I.P. Toys R Us.
Cool
in my area.
I have to confess, yes, it's very sad that Toys R Us is dead. I kind of hope it doesn't come back. It's like all the people, they want like Firefly to come back. I'm like, no, it's been too long. It's dead. Just move on. Let's make something new. Like, it's always gonna be like a monkey's paw situation. Like, you can wish someone back from the dead, but it's never gonna be how it was before it died, and it's never gonna feel the same way again. So I'm one of those people. Like, let's move on. Let's have someone make a new toy store and let's go to that or whatever. I don't know.
Fair.
But I have to confess that it was a little selfish of me to bring Papa Gord on just to make me feel better, because his channel is basically, it's like my child. Like, I feel responsible for it. So
you're the godfather of the channel.
Every good thing that happens to Papa Gord, I'm like, I feel good about that too.
Yeah.
But it's weird being from my perspective. It was weird at first, I should say, because I've got, at the time, had thousands of subscribers, not as many as I do now, but like I still had a lot. And I got this random message from this guy, and it's like, "Hey, I want to mail you stuff. Like, do you have an address?" And I'm like, I'm not going to give some random stranger my address. So he's the reason I have a PO box. But now, like, I'm like, yeah, I'll give Papa Gord my address. I don't care. Papa Gord's great. Like, he can come to my house. He can stalk and kill me if he wants to. Like, I'm fine with that. I love the guy. It'd be an honor to be killed and worn as skin from Papa Gord.
Ooh, I could do one of your 1, 2, 3s.
Yeah, just turn into me. It's all good. But so that's Papa Gord. He has a great channel if you guys want to go check him out. He does a lot of live streams. So if you are the type of person that likes to sit in live streams, that's the channel for you right there. But definitely we'll be getting his perspective on some of the news. But before we get into news, we always do the fine editions.
It's probably my favorite segment that we do, honestly.
Is it because of my impression?
I think it is. Yeah, it's the best I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's a good. I'm basically General Grievous. Like, my dad was General Grievous. My mom was just really into General Grievous. So I'm like their baby kind of thing. But who wants to go first? Papa Gord, do you have any recent? Okay. Zach raised his hand. I'm assuming that we'll all have at least 3 of the same things.
I just want to say something before we officially dive in.
Sure.
I want to give a shout out to Nigel Lindsay on Instagram.
Oh yeah, Nigel is great.
Yeah. So he DM'd me and we were chatting. And he said he'll be my Canadian Santa Claus. So we've been talking about So big shout out to Nigel.
Shout out to Nigel's. You get one of those. You get those names that pop up a lot, like in chats and comments and stuff. And he's definitely one of those people that, like, you can always rely on Nigel. So
he said he has issues with getting Target stuff. So I'm going to be his Target connection.
I am Papa Gord's Target hookup for the most part. Me or Brian or one of the other guys. But I'm one of them at the very least.
But for fine editions, Papa Gord, do you want to? You can go first.
We'll let the guest go first. Editions. I'm basically what have you gotten in the last 2 weeks?
Anything in the last 2 weeks? I just got we got a little tech.
Oh, nice.
So
tech is good.
I'm digging him. The glasses thing a little bit is annoying, but I think he's just he's just being like that. So I dig the little tool things that are going on. So he is quite enjoyable. Like I don't think I've really got any complaint about him. So he can go in with
other than the head, and the lack of the glasses. He's fun, and I like the little pose he had him in. The little looking at his little gauntlet thing. That was fun. That's a very tech thing to do.
In his watch.
He's looking at his Apple Watch.
Exactly. yes. So tech. So he's good, really, really good. I really like him quite a bit. We got a little. Of course, right? We got some Trapper Wolf action going on here. Again, it's a head and a helmet, so that's it is what it is.
And the weapon, the blaster.
I wish it wouldn't be damaged. Yeah. No, the blaster's not new. That's the Hoth Rebel Trooper.
Yeah, that is Rebel Trooper. I haven't taken it out of the package.
A few other people know. I at first, when I first opened him, I'm like, oh, maybe they changed. And then I looked, I'm like, oh, the damn hook's on his belt. So
it's still got the hook. Yeah.
That's the thing that bothers me is like they couldn't just do a new belt, on that. But but it's
the same problem I have with the Wedge Antilles. It's just like, come on.
Yes,
he's more than just a new head. Come on.
Yeah.
So is the belt
absolutely?
Have we looked at? Does the Antok Merrick have the lightsaber belt?
Oh, I actually don't know.
They're using the same body, so I'm just going to assume it does.
Let's look. Hold on, I want to look this up. Antok Merrick Black Series.
I'm just going to assume it does.
Papa Gord, what do you say?
Investigative report right here. I like it.
Zach says it does.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go with Zach on this. I think. Come on, it's the year of reuse and repaint this year. So
there is a hose right in the way.
Oh, there's got to be more than one picture though, right?
On every picture, there is a hose right in that because it goes right over it, but. I don't think it does. Oh, maybe it does. It's really hard to see because it's really hard to see. But I think because he's got the same body, but he has different arms. He has the arms from the Hoth Luke.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
That is neat.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he does.
That'll be a good one.
The hose covers it like perfectly. Yeah. All right. You got anything else, Papa Gord?
Yeah, we got, of course, right?
Of course.
These dudes.
You have to say it because the people are listening, so you have to.
Of course, that's right. I have to remember. Yes. So we got the Cantina Showdown. So we've got some Ponda Baba, who basically is Yavin Luke with flippers and a head. So which is fine. I don't mind it. I think the head sculpt's really nice on him. So. He's cool. I dig the orange jacket. I think it works. I think I like it better than the yellow. So he's all right. Dr.
Evazon.
What would be the proper pronunciation?
Evazon.
I always say Evazon. I would say Evazon. More like Perrier or something. I don't know. So, and I'm still just trying to get used to the face. So, like I keep looking at screenshots to this and I'm like, I can't quite see it, but it's, hey, at least it's some guys that go in the cantina. That is good. It's nice to see, a little, the blaster is pretty cool and that's screen accurate. Although when Ponda gets his arm cut off, that's the blaster that's on the ground, but
it is. Anyway, that's true. Yeah, it's a weird choice. Yeah. Cool.
And the only other one it's off screen is it just came today would be the Ian McShane pilot from episode 7.
You get the Poe Dameron. The Ian McShane Poe Dameron.
I have to blame you because I packed up all of my sequel stuff except for like the scenes and the Snoke throne series. and I was going to sell it all off. And then I sold 4 pieces. And then listening to you in the podcast, and I'm like, you know what?
Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Them for what they are. So I unboxed them all, put them back on the shelf, and now I've had to go and rebuy the friggin' figures that I sold off. So I got to track down the Amazon Trooper.
Well, at the very least, at least sequel figures typically aren't expensive. So
yeah, they're like half the cost, you know.
But you give enough time. Honestly, if you give enough time,
except for the app. Yeah, it's the Amazon exclusive custom trooper pack. That's the one I have to track down. That one's a little pricey right now. So
people like to look at the value like that and make that like it's intrinsic value, but it's not, because it changes. Like I remember back in the day, Greedo and the slave Leia were shelf warming. Like nobody wanted those. Like they were bargain basement, $5-10.
They were everywhere. Obi-Wan too.
And now it's like those go for a ton because it's been years. So you give anything enough time, and the want will swing back around. That's just that's how it happens. All right, Zach, what you got, buddy?
All right. So the first figure I want to show off is I picked this up. Oh, wait, that's not Star Wars. Never mind. I'll put that up.
Oh my God. For the people that are listening, he just picked up a Michael Myers figure, which is technically a William Shatner action figure, which is Star Trek, and I'm basically going to kick you off the podcast.
I apologize. Anyway, so I'll start with one that Papa Gord did not say. The clone shock troopers.
Nice.
Right. And as you can see, I successfully removed one of the pauldrons. So I have the squad leader and the regular trooper. If you need to, for anybody out there who has multiple of these and you want to remove one of the pauldrons or remove the pauldron so you have like one leader, you can like send me a DM, or I wish I could remember who had the video, but it's really easy. You literally just like put them in like really hot water for like 20 seconds and pull and then mine, like the glue came off like super easy. It was like it literally took like 2.5 minutes for the entire process, but it's such a good figure. Just the paint on it. And I don't, whenever they came out with like the production images of it, I was really, maybe not really upset, but I was like, I wish they had that black line around the brow, like, because it's how it is in the movies. But I know in the Bad Batch, it doesn't have a black line right there. But in person, like, I actually kind of like the white line for some reason, and I don't really feel a need to put a black line on it. So I'm just going to keep it the way it is.
All right.
So, your opinion may vary, but in person, I really like it with the white. It's just so clean, It
is a very clean looking figure for sure.
Yeah.
And next up, we got the Artillery Stormtrooper, of course, which I did copy this pose. I think this is like the standard pose everybody's going to do. Like you have him kneel down right there, and then you like have this, like that. And for the people listening on podcast, I'm just kind of showing off on camera.
He's just showing him. He's kneeling. It's kneeling pose.
He's like kneeling,
like he's
dropping the canister.
Yeah.
So that's the standard pose everybody's going to do with it. And I think Mike, you even put up a picture of that on Instagram, and I was like, that's the pose I'm going to do. I have to mimic that exact pose. And this is, I know it's just mostly a repaint of the what was it, incinerator trooper they call it, but the backpack and how it holds all the canisters, and you could even hold the fourth one if you wanted to, and it holds the blaster on the side.
Was your like mortar launcher warped in the package? Because mine was.
No, mine wasn't.
Oh, mine's warped. Like it's not a circle. It's more like a squished oval.
Oh wow! And also, I noticed the X-rays put up. People have been having issues with like the backpack not staying on, right? But mine's like pretty stable. Like I'm shaking it around. Hey, watch it fall. I'm shaking it, but yeah, it's like stable as hell. So
there it goes. Oh, it just blew up. Oh man, that sucks. Oh geez.
Oh man, now I got a battle damage. Now. And then Papa Gord already showed it off, so I'm not going to dive too much in. But I did get I'll show off the packaging.
There you
the
go.
Trapper Wolf Dave Filoni figure. You know, I love the. I think I prefer the Captain Rex like slide out box.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you slide it off, but this is still pretty cool. Yeah, I just don't like how you can't pull it like all the way.
No, it's got a weird mechanism in there.
Yeah, because his name, like if you have it like this, you know, for the people watching YouTube, if you pull it out, it pops back in and it doesn't show his full name. You know, you can't see his full name if you. Yeah, he's Rapper Wolf. So.
He's Rapper Wolf.
He's Wolf. So I just wish it didn't have that pullback mechanism, but it's still really awesome.
Well, it also makes it hard to get the accessories out. I had that problem with the Armorer. I couldn't get all of our little accessories out, so I basically had to destroy the package to get them out.
Oh wow! But that's all I got for the last 2 weeks. So, Mike, I'll kick it over to you for Fine Edition.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess just getting this out of the way. Yeah, I'm doing the exact same thing with my trooper. He's kneeling. He's kneeling, and he's got his little mortar thing here. So that's get that out of the way. Yeah, all the people in America with Amazon got it because I don't think Canada got it, right?
Mine
he's looking over
mine should be here anytime now from Amazon.com because I can't. That CA sucks.
Do you have to pay? Sorry, quick question. Do you have to pay like a lot more in shipping if you order from .com instead of .ca?
I look back and forth, and then I look at if it's $1 or $2. I don't really care because if I'm going to get it a lot sooner, then it's well worth it. So even up to $4 or $5, over that, then it's kind of like
a little fishy.
We'll see. But
there are a lot of times Canada gets stuff before America. Like you got me, General Veers, and Zuckus like months before they came out in the US.
Yeah. Phasma. Don't forget Phasma as well.
That was a random. And the blue Stormtrooper that didn't even get announced in America, like the Commander Stormtrooper or whatever. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so starting with mine, I guess after the little Stormtrooper, I also have. We are all the Trapper keepers. We've got the Trapper Wolf. You have to get it. I mean, it's a Dave Filoni action figure. Oh, yeah. Like, it's going to go right next to my George Lucas action figure. What we need now is some sort of like Favreau figure.
You can buy
I don't want that. I want a Star Wars one. I don't want the Iron Man one.
For the people who don't know immediately, right off the top of the head, there's a Marvel Legends. What's his name? Happy. From
Happy Hogan.
Marvel movies.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, they made a Marvel Legends fiction figure of him. So he's in a 2-pack, so you got to buy
if I see that,
he's gonna pull it out right now. Papa Gord, hey, there we go.
There
Papa
goes.
Got it.
If I see it on discount, I'll get it because I've seen it a couple of times, like in person. But if he's on discount for like $20,
it's huge discount for you guys. Do just to put in perspective, it drives me crazy when people show me down pictures from the States going, Target with the whatever, and it's $16. This the 2-pack was $80 plus tax. I didn't pay that, but
wow, okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The Ironmonger set is $105 up here. Dang. So just to put it into
but you got free healthcare, okay? Yeah.
So I got a question on can you pop the head off of the Happy figure? And can you potentially pop that on a Star Wars body?
Someone on my Instagram did that, and I think you have to fiddle with the head because he put it on the Heavy Mandalorian.
Because he does the voice for it. That's a awesome idea.
I think you had to fiddle with the head peg for the Heavy Mandalorian.
Look at that! That is awesome.
There.
That is for the people listening on
the
podcast.
Closest thing I had sitting on the desk.
Papa Gord put the John Favreau head on Jackson's body.
I kind of like it. He
just looks like a weird space fighter.
Yeah.
You have to just keep it like that on the shelf.
Yeah, that's you just made a new figure now. All right. I got a lot to get through. So
anybody has any extra happies they don't want?
I have a lot to get through. So to kind of round this off, I haven't taken out of the box. So I guess by the time you hear this, it's probably going to be over. But on Saturday, the first week of every month, I do a live stream on my channel. And tomorrow's, which is the first Saturday of the month, I'm going to be unboxing everything, like so many toys. I've got like 30 toys. I'm going to just spend all day unboxing. So I have the box for the Cantina Showdown, which I will be opening tomorrow. But that's only 3 of the 6 Star Wars things I've gotten in the last 2 weeks. The next one, this is actually on Amazon, in stock shipping next day. I got Aura Singh because I didn't have her yet. Now the only one I'm missing is Casca Reeves, and I'll have her. So now I've got Aura Singh. Again, I'm going to be opening her up tomorrow.
So now, whenever you open her, you're going to realize how inconveniently long her blaster is because with a tight shelf, it's hard to narrow between 3 layers of figures.
I'm just going to have her hold it like it's a staff. I think.
Yeah, there you go.
I think she does that in episode 1 when she's watching over the pod racers.
That makes sense.
Then I also got Vice Admiral Rampart. Finally, so I got a little mouse droid that's going to go on my Imperial shelf for sure. And this one was special. Technically, still is Black Series, but it was on sale on Amazon. I think it still is for like $40. But my wife and I took a vacation using one of my credit cards, and I got a bunch of points. And Amazon converts those points into dollars, so I got this for free. I actually got the Aura Singh for free as well, but I got the hyper real Luke Skywalker because I didn't have it yet, and I'm like, you know what? I just to have it, I've got the Vader, and I like the Vader, and I wasn't expecting to like this, and I definitely wasn't going to spend $80 on this thing, but $40 wasn't bad. I know he's on sale for like $30 at Ollie's, but there's no Ollie's around here. So yeah, I've got the hyper real Luke, and that's going to be fun to mess around with tomorrow. But the last thing is technically not Black Series, but you know what? It's my podcast, and I'm going to talk about this if I want to. And that is my latest hot toy.
Look at that.
Clone Captain Rex. Again,
Amazing.
I'm going to be opening this up tomorrow on my channel, and I'm super excited. And getting this in the mail made me have FOMO, and I went and bought Ahsoka Tano and the Clone Wars Darth Maul. So I'm going to have those come in the next couple months as well. Thank God for their layaway, because it's like $50 or whatever a month, and you just get it in a couple months. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
So those are
convenient.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I'm trying not to be a Hot Toys collector, but they're fun.
It's so hard not to be.
It's really hard. Yeah. I know you got your Darth Vader back there, and Papa Gord's got his Cody back there that Brian and I.
My Cody, and I got my Kevin Flynn.
Oh, look at you! You got your Flynn.
Yeah, oh yes.
Yeah,
my Flynn. But that's it. Believe me,
that's it for Papa Gord.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had the Force Awakens Kylo Ren, and I absolutely loved it. But I was just like, I can offload this and buy 8 figures with the money I'll get for it. So, 8 Black Series figures. So I was like,
yeah, you can look at it that way.
But there are I really considered getting they made one of the Boba Fett's. It was was it droids or one of the holiday special Boba Fett hot toys they did. I thought about that seriously. One of his animated versions, but I was like, I don't know. I don't want to dive into I don't want to get pulled in again, and have to deal with there's $400 sitting on my shelf, and it could be 10 figures, Black Series Stormtroopers or whatever. Yeah. So,
all right. Well, I think we've spent enough time on.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of news.
We got a lot of news to cover.
Yep.
So. Let's get into that news, baby. You want to start with today's the Fan First Friday? Get that out of the way, because that's it's probably the hottest topic. It's such a hot topic that teenagers come in to buy goth clothes in it.
Yeah. So
is that Canadian? Do you get that in Canada? Are there Hot Topic stores in Canada?
We do have those.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm not making a Tim Hortons joke. I just.
Anyways, right. So today's Fan First Friday was all the Haslab Rancor updates.
And before we get into it, I just want to say we usually record on Thursday nights, And they announced this like kind of last minute, and they're like, "Yeah, Friday we're gonna have." And I'm like, "Oh man, that means like
we can't wait.
We can't record a podcast before they do one of these things, so we have to push it back." But yeah, so I just wanted to point that out that it's really annoying.
Yeah, pretty inconvenient, Hasbro. Why don't you work on our schedule? Jesus Christ.
Also. Come be on our show. Let us do a Q&A like all the other cool people, huh?
Yeah, we need Black Series Cantina represented in these Q&As.
Yeah.
We can ask the hard-hitting questions.
Patrick and Gene, come on.
Nobody wanted to ask about the Walgreens, Stormtrooper.
We'll get into that too. Yeah, so let's talk about Rancor.
All right. So what were your thoughts on what they showed off? Like we got the skin, the
so we're getting
skin on the body, right?
We're getting some mixed materials here. The chest and the head seem, and like the body and the head seem like they're going to have that kind of real feel, like dino skin kind of thing going on. And then the legs and the arms are going to be hard plastic. So what they did was they showed off the actual prototype, because what we saw before was just the rendered model of it instead of an actual physical product. And some people didn't care. I know, shout out to Brandon. Brandon, Rhino Hobbies. He's got a cool channel and Instagram, but we were not talking about it today, and he's like, I didn't really care for, just seeing a model versus the prototype didn't really do anything for me. But for me personally, I actually really liked it. I could tell the difference. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, that looks different. Like that looks more real to me than a render did. You could see the different shades and the different plastics. They had a real Stormtrooper next to it instead of another rendered Stormtrooper. And to me, it made it look bigger. Like it just had that extra dimensionality to it for me. And if I wasn't already sold on Rancor, if I hadn't already backed it, I would have backed it after seeing that personally.
Yeah. Papa Gord, what did you think of the updates they showed today?
You should always ask him questions when he's drinking, because that's the best. That's the best time.
Pretty well. Almost the same as what Mike said. Like again, to see there was actually something tangible, something physical there. It did look a lot. Okay, this is actually a real thing instead of it's a computer render or what have you. So it was really nice to see that, and to have the different textures. Definitely as well, because you would think they would do something like that with it being a slightly higher end collectible. And then and also to see the comparison too with the figure, just like Mike said, it looked. I'm already thinking I have no idea where one's gonna go. So
you and me both.
What, 2023? Oh.
That's a problem for future us. We don't have to worry about that for like a year and a half. So.
Yeah,
we're good.
I do have this whole wall right here. I need to line up a shelf.
Yeah, so you can easily put a shelf there. Yeah, you got plenty of space.
Yeah.
So looking at I'm just a little confused. How many days out from PulseCon are we when we first saw the Rancor?
2 weeks tomorrow.
So not even 2 weeks, to this recording. So by the time people listen to this, it'll be 2 weeks. But as of the Fan First Friday, it's not even 2 weeks. So I just don't get why they decided to show only digital renders like less than 2 weeks ago, but now they're like, let's show the physical. Why couldn't they just? And I feel like right now they could show us a painted version, but they want to drag it out a little bit, let people have it be in the news a little more, so people see it more often and they're, they go and back it. But I just wish, and I think Matt, the other Black Series account, Star Wars The Black Series, I was listening to his point and I was like, that makes a lot of sense, because apparently with some other Haslabs they've done, I guess it was like one of the Marvel ones, like Galactus or the Sentinel or whatever. Apparently Marvel, and I don't know, I'm not educated really on what Marvel does with their Haslabs, but apparently they try to knock it out immediately by showing you a lot. Is that true?
Yes.
And they tried to get it all the way and then see how many tiers they can get. I just feel like I just wish they would do that, to kind of knock it out of the park at the beginning instead of go slow, so slowly through all these steps. We saw the digital render and now we're seeing like a little bit of texture on it and like a physical.
So I'm going to clarify that a little bit. They showed a colored version, a colored render right away, not a prototype, but they didn't show the tiers. They haven't shown all the tiers on any project until the Sky Striker, and they kind of did that at the same time. So there's 3 Haslabs going on right now at the same time. Mm-hmm. We got the Sky Striker, we got the Ghostbusters Proton pack, which got funded today, by the way. Like
it did
a $400 backpack. You don't even get the wand. You don't even get the wand. It's a $400 backpack. But anyway,
that's what I've seen people complaining about. Yeah. The wand came out like a year or 2 ago, didn't it?
But they still sell it. I mean, if people are into that, it's a lot cheaper than buying a third-party one. So I'm not really mad, but it's like, come on, 3 Haslabs at the same time, like, come on. But the Sky Striker, they showed off all the tiers at once, and the Rancor, they showed none of them. So I feel like they were trying to see like how that affected it, and the answer is not a lot, not really that much. Like the Sky Striker has a little bit higher number goal, but it's also almost half the price. So it's like a third of the 2/3 of the price. Whereas the Rancor didn't show any, and it wasn't as high as the Sky Striker, but like it wasn't that far behind. You know, they were roughly the same percentage because it has a lower goal to hit. So I think they were just trying to see, like, does revealing the tiers affect it one way or the other? And I honestly don't think it really did. But for all the other ones, the Galactus, the Sentinel, they revealed those tiers over time. At no point have they ever just said, here's all the tiers. That's always something that you kind of have to look forward to help build that hype.
So viewing the like what they revealed for like just the Rancor, like before we get into like the first tier they revealed, it didn't like change my feelings on. And I'm like, I've already backed the Rancor and I'm super, but I'm already really excited for the Rancor. So seeing the physical, version that next to the real, like it didn't really do anything for me other than like, I can't wait to get this and I'm still going to back it, So I feel like if I didn't, but if I was not a backer right now and I was on the fence, what they did today wouldn't push me to back it.
That's fair.
No.
But so that's just my opinion on it.
It did push some people. Like it's like I think when I
did bump up a little bit.
It went like 50 or 60 units when I refreshed mine. So it definitely impacted a little bit, maybe not a lot, but like I said, I think they're gonna kind of slow build it. So Papa Gord, what was the first tier that they showed off today?
Gamorrean Guard, which what like
get your feelings out, man. Get your feelings out.
Yeah, I was not expect that. I thought maybe we might get a half a Gamorrean Guard, maybe, or
hold on. You're mad that we're getting a full one instead of a half one? Is that real? Are you serious? You're mad that we're getting an actual full one instead of a half one?
An accessory pack. I don't know.
You're giving us more than you want, and you're mad at them.
You can just like chainsaw it in half.
Yeah, you can break it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
I think that's weird.
At least I know it's not going to come off the card.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, for me, I knew a Gamorrean Guard was going to be one of the tiers. Like that's just an obvious thing. He ate one in the movie. Of course, they're going to give us a Gamorrean Guard. Yeah. What do you think, Zach?
So I think it just goes back to what I said a second ago. Like if I wasn't backing it, seeing a Gamorrean Guard be included wouldn't push me to back it, but like it makes total sense that they would include a Gamorrean Guard. Like it's such a core part of the Rancor's like scene, in Return of the Jedi. But for me personally, I think it's fine and like I'm, totally for it. But I was hoping we'd get like only figures you could get with the like all 4 of them. I know like the next 3 are probably gonna be really good. So unless like people are going to be really mad if they reveal like the same like Jedi Knight Luke next, but with a bone. Like we need to start getting like less.
Honestly, I think they could. I think that's a very real possibility. Yeah.
My comments are full of people going another like shouldn't have been a repack, yada yada yada. So I think if they do Luke, it'll be a lot more of that. But I think it'll still push it. Yeah. For me, I don't necessarily care about the carded. I'm gonna get the Gamorrean, and it is what it is. So I wish it was like Ula or the Rancor Keeper first, but I'm for it. So really not really any complaints from me about it.
I think we're definitely going to get a Rancor Keeper as one of the tiers at some point. They might be saving it for the last tier or whatever, but I think that's definitely on the docket for getting that. But I think what they're doing, because I mean, let's be honest, the Gamorrean Guard, you're right. It's something we've seen before, so it's not super exciting to be seeing that we're getting another one. For some people that might care that it's got that classic coin based Power of the Force card on there, and you know what, like the way I see it, you can sell that, and that just makes your Rancor cheaper. Like if you sell that for $30, which is what a Gamorrean Guard goes for, like retail, that's now a $320 Rancor instead of a $350 Rancor, and that's true for every other thing. If you don't care about what they're bringing out, someone out there will. Someone out there that doesn't have $350 to jump on a Rancor might go, you know what though, I do want that Gamorrean Guard. I do want
the card.
That. On the card or whatever. So I think that adds value to the Rancor, because one of the biggest complaints I've seen is they don't really think it's worth the $350, but it's got 4 tiers. Mm-hmm. And if we get all 4 tiers,
I think we're going to get another 2 on top of that, in my opinion.
I think we'll get them all. Hasbro's never done.
Well, I'm saying we'll get 4, and then once we get all 4, if there's still
you think they're going to do 6 in total? I think
they'll push it to 5 or 6 if they get all 4 with some days. Yeah. With some days left.
Well, I know they kind of did that with what was it? The Galactus, where they were pulling tiers. Galactus and the Razor Crest. It seemed like they were pulling tiers out of their ass. So like, what's another tier? Like it keeps going up. What's another tier? So they just kept doing stuff. That's what we got. Like, the Sentinel too. You're right. The Sentinel was one of those. So where with like the Transformer one they just did, they only had 4 tiers planned, and it just hit 4, and that's as far as it went. But I definitely think you're right. The possibility is there because historically speaking, it's happened where they could go higher than 4 depending on how popular it is. So what I've been telling people, if you are on the fence about it, back it. It doesn't charge until the thing ends. Put a number on the board. The more people that do that, the more likely they are to reveal those tiers. And if we get there, or if we hit that last day and you're just still not convinced, you can cancel it. It doesn't cost you anything to do that. But it helps us get to those tier reveals faster. So that's my little 2 cents there.
Mm-hmm. Papa Gord, what do you think about do you have any more thoughts about the Gamorrean? I know you. It looked like you wanted to chime in there for a second.
It's nice to have another one, and for sure. And then not thinking about the flipping part, not the flipping part, but the selling off of pieces you don't want. I see right now in the buy and sells in my area that somebody's selling off the extra Sentinel heads for $100 each. I'm like, do you need a Sentinel for that, or do you just like? I don't. Well, some people want it. Where the Gamorrean part, at least.
Yeah.
And for the diorama piece or something.
Yeah, I was just going to say they might want it for a diorama piece or something. Yeah.
And the thing about it's been what Mike has been, harping on the last couple of weeks is if you back the Rancor, like you're backing one that's not going to exist, so you're going to have like a carded Gamorrean that's not going to exist if you don't back it. So you can sell that Gamorrean for a market price, and it could be. You look at Black Series figures on the secondary market, you're looking at. That could be $60 you knock off, or $50. You could do $50 free shipping, $60 free shipping, whatever market price is, because it wouldn't exist. You're not scalping because it wouldn't exist without you backing it. So you could sell that for, you could wait a year, and be like, do I want this? No, offload it for $60 and your Rancor is cheaper. Or, you could sell 2 of the 4 unlocks or any of the unlocks you don't want. So I think people should back it, offload what you don't want, keep what you want. And
people are doing that with
the Rancor's going to be awesome.
Yeah, people are doing that with Sentinel. They don't like, especially people that bought multiple Sentinels. Like they don't need multiples of those extra figures, so they're selling them off on the Mercari or whatever for like 30, 40, $50 a piece, and that's a good chunk of that $300 Sentinel price. So I think it's just added value. I get that people could be disappointed on it, but I think it's a little early to say like it's a failure or anything like that. As we get closer,
not a failure.
I don't think so.
It's definitely not a failure. I just thought today wasn't. I was trying to pinpoint this while thinking like all day, but I could never really come down to like my thoughts on it. I just feel like today was fine. It just wasn't exciting. You know what I mean? Like,
yes, I agree with that.
I think because in our previous episode we've been talking so much about Rancor Keeper, Ula, Hut Slayer, Leia, maybe an updated Jabba, and then. So, like, having a Gamorrean in that's fine, and I understand it. And if I were Hasbro, of course, I would put a Gamorrean guard in there, too, because obviously you're saving, like, production money on the figure.
Oh, for sure.
And it just makes sense, like, for the character, to have a Gamorrean. And he looks super awesome. The picture they had of him chomping it, like, it's completely in his mouth. So that's probably how I'm going to pose it. So it's just today wasn't, like, exciting. It was fine. It was, like, a good, like, little show they did, but it wasn't like, oh my god, like everybody rushed to go back. It's just another stable, which is fine. It just wasn't like, not over the moon or anything. So, but that's I
agree with that.
All the thoughts I had on that. It's probably the best I could come with. And before we move on from the Rancor, I want to give a live update. We're at 4,530, so 4,530 backers. So we're over, just over 50% on that. So it's going to get backed. It's just a matter of when.
We've still got over a month, so
and if they reveal the next tier, they reveal if it's a figure that hasn't been aligned yet, or if it's like an updated Hut Slayer Leia or updated Jabba or something crazy, like it's gonna get funded, like it's gonna get really close. So I'm really excited for like the next tier reveal.
I don't want people to think like that we're like shilling or anything like this, because we have no horse in this race other than I want a Rancor. Like,
we're not even in the Q&As. How are we
not? No. But I don't see a point in being overly negative about it. Like, what good will that do? What good will sitting here complaining about, I wish this had gone differently? It went the way it went. And like, it wasn't the end of the world. It could have been, you're right. It could have been more exciting. I fully agree with that. This could have been a lot more exciting, but it wasn't like they were like, you know what? The Rancor now is rainbow colored and has a jetpack. Actually sounds cool now that I think about it. I don't know. Like, they could have done something to ruin a movie accurate Rancor, which is all I want. And they
Rancor.
Didn't, maybe my bar is too low, but I like to be somewhat positive. I don't see a point in sitting there like all those YouTube channels that are like, everything sucks. Like, come on.
It's my comments. You're talking about my comments right now.
I might be talking about your comments. Yeah. All right. Let's move on from the Rancor and talk about some recent reveals and news.
Yep. So
starting with they're doing the Bring Home the Bounty thing, right?
Yeah, building up to the Book of Boba Fett, which the trailer was nice. It wasn't the best trailer they've ever done.
Yeah,
but I liked the trailer. It's got me intrigued on the show. So
I think everything we saw from that trailer, by the way, is from like the first episode.
It has to be. That's what they did that's what they do for every new show they come out with. It seems like, I think for the Mandalorian season 2, like everything was from the first half of the season.
2 or 3. Yeah.
So. But the first Bring Home the Bounty reveal. Oh, you want to talk about the trailer? Or are you talking about
let's not talk about. Well,
I thought it was
that for later. We have too much stuff. Okay. Let's move on. Yeah.
So the first Bring Home the Bounty reveal is the Client, which I'm a fan of. What do you guys think about the Client reveal?
Action figure collecting is a dangerous profession. Don't you agree? I can't do a Werner Herzog.
Don't you agree? Yeah. You got to have the and agree.
Don't you agree?
Same word.
Don't you agree?
It's YA and then it like goes into the agree. So it's like one word.
Bounty hunting. It sounds like more like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Bounty hunting is a dangerous profession.
Yeah,
we're going off the brand.
I know.
That's amazing.
I want it.
Put it in the Hall of Fame.
But mostly for the Camtono. Is it weird?
Cam
That's what I'm
Tono,
excited for.
yes.
Is it weird?
Yeah. It's again, figures. That's fine. Cam Tono, there you go. I mean, the 3.75 Mando came with it. Why didn't the 6? Right? So it's like, okay, good, yay. So yeah, I mean, that's great. It's honestly, I wasn't sure if that figure would have ever existed, but seeing it, I want it. So yes, that's cool.
I'm excited, but the head sculpt looks really good on it.
Does
yeah.
I'm looking at a picture right now, just on my page, and the face still has from these shots, it looks a little shiny. Which I do want to bring up, like on one of the Q&As, I forget exactly who it was. I think it might have been Fly Guy asked about the shiny faces, and they kind of like punted on the question. They were like, well, production images, are different. Well, it's like, really, the Costco Reeves figure looks like she has a glazed donut for a face, and like some of these figures just have super shiny faces. But so they punted it, and it made me mad. But
that's really frustrating.
That's a whole other issue.
Frustrating. Yeah.
So it's like they didn't even acknowledge it's an issue.
Yeah.
So I don't.
And it is the shiny faces. It makes them look like they were just working out, and they have this nice sheen of sweat over.
Yeah, it looks like they went through a Krispy Kreme like like donut machine like thing before they went in the production line. Like,
yep.
Anyways, so I don't want to go off on a tangent here because I know we have a lot of news to get to. So yeah, that's really all we have to say about the client. I think the face sculpt, I think they nailed it on that one, and the Cam Tono, which honestly I'm probably buying it more for the Cam Tono than the client. I don't know. I mean,
I'm doing it for both,
cool, but yeah,
but I'm
excited to have both. He was on my list of
that. Yeah.
He was on my list of like figures from the Mandalorian I wanted in the Black Series. So I also think it's funny whenever figures come with accessories I'm going to give to another figure when I open it. And this is like an example of that, because I'm going to take the Cam Tono from this package and give it to the Mandalorian. I always think that's kind of neat for some dumb reason, but I'm a toy collector, so that's what we think about. So why don't you get into the 1027 reveals?
Yeah. So I'm a Pulse Premium member, so I got the special invite to go to the special Pulse Premium 1027 reveals. I mean, virtually. I wasn't really physically there. I was just watching it. I know. I'm so special.
It's funny story. I forget exactly what happened, but you texted me something like, "Ooh, this is so cool," and I was like, I don't got the stream. Like, I'm not a Pulse Premium. And then I just, Magic Mike comes through with the link.
I don't know what you're talking about. I definitely didn't give a link to the stream to anybody that shouldn't have it. I definitely didn't give it to you, and I definitely didn't give it to Dan Larson. And like, it was just people that were members were seeing the stream. So I would never do that.
I was magically able to watch the stream.
Yeah.
So I thought it was great. But Mike.
So the first thing they revealed was the Jetta Patrol Stormtrooper, which until now had just been a pipeline reveal. Yep. It's basically on the new Stormtrooper body and kind of a Sand Trooper, but kind of not.
And that's not dirty.
Yeah, it's not dirty.
I wish it was a little,
I wish it had been a little dirtier. Yes. I like my Stormtroopers dirty. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
I love the backpack he comes with.
Like the knapsack with the holes in the back.
And it comes with a big giant antenna type
like
thing,
an AM FM, like one of those ham radio antennas sticking 30 feet in the air. What do you think, Papa Gord?
He just got a big radio on his back, so it looks awesome. Papa Gord, what do you think?
Did I maybe miss something? I don't think I've seen any pictures of that figure. So.
Are you serious?
That's probably just. I'm dead. I'm like,
oh wow,
oh my god, that sounds amazing. Like,
do you have?
When are they going to announce it? So like, it's going. So,
do you have the internet pulled up right now?
I gotta.
Your phone. Go to my Instagram account real fast, and then you can scroll through and look at all of these while we talk.
So
about
he's from Rogue One. Just in case you're the Jetta being one of the main places in Rogue One, it makes sense for him to be from Rogue One.
Yeah.
So that was the first reveal. The second one was Omega, which again was another pipeline reveal. So we're getting our next Bad Batch figure.
Yep.
She comes with a fun little critter, another critter to join all of our other critters from that critter pack. We're getting Ruby, which if you watch the Bad Batch, that's a little fun little lizard.
Right. The little lizard, the little green or blue lizard, something like that.
And she comes with her like a mask, like a breathing mask thing
from the final episode. I think I believe, and then her like bow thing, which is
her
really
bow.
Cool.
Yeah. She looks good though. I think she looks great, and I'm glad they're packing her with accessories because she's small. Obviously, like she should be small. It'd be weird if she were tall.
Yeah.
So one of the comments I have about the figure is Hasbro seems to finally be like including a lot of accessories with figures now, and this is like one of the examples. And I think most of the figures we're going to talk about seem like they come with a pretty good amount. Yeah, I think
they're pretty packed. Yeah,
I think, and the Artillery Stormtrooper, recently talk about packed with accessories. I think we're finally kind of rounding the curve on, getting like, accessories in some of these figures that we don't even need. Like we don't need, Omega to have the lizard or the mask.
Nope.
But they included it, and I think it's awesome. So
yep.
I think that's one of the the noteworthy talking points.
Yep.
Going over these figures.
Speaking of which, the next reveal is probably the one I'm most excited for personally, and that is the final member of our main Bad Batch squad, and that is Echo.
Echo.
Yeah.
Papa, did you see the Echo?
Accessories.
Oh yeah, Echo. Well, yeah, that's just that was very exciting. Yes, to see that figure, and that trooper looks really good. Yeah, he should be dirty, but okay. Yep, that's another for sure. Yep, I missed that one.
This Papa Gord's just seeing the dollar signs coming out of his bank account.
For the Echo, I'm really excited about. For the Echo, I'm really excited about the claw they included, or like what do you want to call it? Like the grab arm that they said.
Yeah, it's like it looks like one of those claw machine arms.
Yeah, like the game machine. But they said it was in like the production images, so they included it. But like they had already made it, and they didn't put it in the show, so maybe it'll be in the next season. But that's been a problem. Not a problem, but it's been a thing recently. Like the Rex. With the visor and the Bad Batch Rex, he didn't have the visor in the final show, but his figure has one. I mean, the entire Constable Zuvio figure.
He's in the movie for like a half
he was
second.
Just cut completely. Yeah.
So. I think another problem is the Imperial crosshair. I don't think he has the swoop thing. Does
it annoys me so much, that big long thing that comes off his shoulder. As soon as I get that figure, I'm going to cut that off, sand it down, do something.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. But like again, he probably had it in the early concepts and then they took it out. So it's like one of those leftover things, and they have to work from these concept images, and a lot of times those concept images just aren't finalized. So it kind of sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I think Echo looks fantastic.
The Echo, like the helmet looks spot on. His face doesn't look like it has that shine in the pictures they showed.
It's tough to say. It's tough to see without seeing in person sometimes.
Well, he looks a little more pale to me.
I think he's just a pale guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So since in the show he, went through that incredible, harmful, I don't even know what to call it, but and it like completely screwed up his body. So he's a pale guy. So it looks like the figure, it looks like it's a little more pale. So the shininess might not like reflect off as much or something. So it just, from the pictures they showed, it looks really good. So I'm really excited to see how that translates into getting that in hand, to see if it's one of the figures that they've nailed on, the shininess aspect.
Absolutely.
But that's just, my thoughts.
Yep. And then the last figure they showed off was another. I mean, these are all pipeline reveals. They're just showing us, which is, I'm not complaining about that. But it was a Bib Fortuna. That's it.
They went.
Bib Fortuna.
Yep.
Papa Gord, what do you think about you have any thoughts on the Bib Fortuna reveal?
Finally?
Yeah, right. That's the thing.
Years and years.
It's almost like an obligatory figure.
Well, yeah. Well, it's either him or Lobot. It was going to be one of the two that they were just going to throw out there. I really thought maybe Bib might have been next year for the, when they hit the 40th anniversary or whatever. But I guess since we saw very obese Bib, that maybe we throw him in early. So let's get him in there, and we don't want to give him the fat version because that'll be coming at some point.
Oh, for sure.
I hope so.
Sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have him laying on the ground next to the
definitely.
throne while Boba Fett sits on it. So,
what do you think of his accessory?
The cups.
He comes with cups. And apparently they said it was from a deleted scene in Return of the Jedi. He comes from the same with the same cups.
Yeah, he's like holding it in a scene.
In the cantina. Yeah. It's the same cantina cups.
That's right.
But there was like a deleted scene where he's just leaning against a bar and Jabba's sail barge drinking from a cup. So they're like, let's give him some cups. Why not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the bit Fortuna. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, a lot of people are complaining he didn't come with a staff that the original toy came with, and that he had the fat tuna, big fat tuna had.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. I don't really care about the staff. It would have been cool, but.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't. It's not a big deal though.
He's just gonna be next to Jabba the Hutt gesturing, and he's got gesture hands, and that's all I care about.
I think my thoughts on the figure, they went a little too. Well, it's hard to say because the in-person pictures that we've seen, it looks like it's not as bad as like the release that they put out. Because in the release they put out, it looks like a kid took a blue marker and went all over him. And he's not that. If you watch the movie, he's pretty pink, in the film, and the blue isn't, as strong. But it looked like in the in-person shots provided by, was it Isaac Wong Toys on Instagram? I think he doesn't look as blue in those. I want to say, I could be mistaken, but
a lot of times when they have those photos, they're taken well in advance of prototype figures, like painted prototype figures. I was noticing because I was doing a review on, I think, Dooku, and I pulled the photos from Hasbro's site on it, and I noticed in the metadata for those photos, they were all like dated 2018, and that figure came out in 2020. So those figures, the photo had been taken like a long time before that figure had been revealed, basically. So I think that's just one of those things, kind of like we're talking about, where it could be the prototype could have been more blue, and they fixed it as it got sooner. And again, with the archive Leia and the archive Obi-Wan, the prototype, the promo pictures look awful. Yeah, but in person they look better. So I think that's going to be kind of what it is.
And to follow up real quick, I am looking at the picture, like the close up of it. So the blue is still there, but it looks better in person because it looks like it's like providing necessary depth almost, like on his eyebrows, so it doesn't look as weird if it were just all the same, like fleshy pink color. So I think it works pretty well. So, but that's another one I'm really excited to see. In hand, to see how that ends up looking, which it looks like it'll turn out pretty good. So, so those are all four like really good pipeline reveals. So I was excited. The Echo is, I think, the Echo and the Patrol Stormtrooper, the Jetta Patrol Trooper, are like the two that stood out to me the most because Bib Fortuna is cool, but I didn't necessarily need him in my collection, but I'm going to get him. But those are the two. That's for me. So yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'm getting all four of these.
Yeah.
Also,
Papa Gord, are there any you're not getting? Are you in on all those or?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can't. I love that Stormtrooper mold. He's like, no, I'm not going to buy any. Yeah. No, not anymore. Well, I said, if I couldn't find it and I wasn't going to pay over retail, I'm not going for it. And then there's going to be figures I'm going to have that. So I'm not even going to be able to be a completionist anymore. So, but anyway, yeah. But yeah, I'm all in. Those all look good. So yeah, no complaints with those.
Yep. There is another point I wanted to jump back to. I think Papa Gord, you were talking about getting the Bib Fortuna in now and stuff. And I think and then it's because I know we got the Return of the Jedi anniversary coming up. So I think one of the big reasons they wanted to get it in now is obviously the Rancor, and they're doing a lot of like Return of the Jedi stuff. But then whenever the Return of the Jedi anniversary comes out, they can put the Bib Fortuna on the card, and then they got the double release for that, and then they can do they can do a carbonized collection Bib Fortuna, and then they can do a credit collection Bib Fortuna. They're not gonna do. And then they can do an archive Bib Fortuna.
You're the worst. You're the worst. Stop this.
They're gonna do.
Stop this.
And then they're gonna do a Bib Fortuna on a card that comes with a collector's coin that you have to pay $300 for. Okay, I'm done.
I'm mad because you're right.
And
you're the worst. Oh, you're like putting the witchcraft on us right here because you're just screwing everything up there, Zach. Some Hasbro exec is like, oh man, that's a good idea. Yeah, I want it. Let's do a shiny bib. Oh, we didn't even think about that.
It's just, look, it was sitting there for me on a silver platter. I had to say it. I had to get it off.
Fortuna was more blue.
Yeah, they're gonna release a Bib Fortuna. Like, screw you guys. We're just gonna make them green or something, like all blue, green.
Let's make a rainbow Bib Fortuna.
They'll put them in a 4-pack.
Let's get an orange one. Let's get a red one.
Yeah, they're gonna say. Yeah, they're gonna do the carbonized Bib Fortuna. Whenever
it's gonna be like a freaking Pokemon thing. This is the Lola version. This is the super evolved one. Bib Fortuna turns into Bob Fortuna.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
you're the worst. Anyway,
I digress.
All these figures were announced, and then half of them were randomly showed off the next day from
this is
Hong
so confusing.
Kong. Oh my god! So the next day, Hobby Base, which is a Hong Kong retailer, was like, "Yep, here's the entire next wave. You guys enjoy."
That's so crazy.
It's so crazy that now we've seen. So the next 8 figures. This is the next wave of figures. Probably won't be out this year. It'll probably be next year, just based on shipping and all that stuff. But we're getting the Jetta Stormtrooper. That's in the wave. We're getting Ponda Baba and Dr. Vizon, which we knew. We knew that was going to be a thing.
Yak Base had the code names for those a long time ago.
And they're part of the Cantina Showdown, so we've seen those. We're getting that Princess Leia, which is up for pre-order on Hasbro Pulse if you want to pay $30 and get that fancy
the Power of the Force card,
the Power of the Force one. But if you don't want to do that, save some money. You can save $7 or $8 and get this version, which is the same version, just not on the fancy card. We're getting the Boba Fett from Tython that showed off at the Hasbro PulseCon. We're getting
I just love the way that looks.
He looks great out of the package. You wanted to see it without the robe on, and there's photos up there floating on Instagram.
And I posted them, and they look amazing.
So if you guys want to see these photos, if you're listening to it and you're like, I wonder what these look like, because this is a podcast and you can't see anything.
Right there.
Excuse me. Yeah, Zach's Instagram, the Star Wars Black Series, has all these photos, so you can go check those out. And you can feast your eyes while you are listening to this. You can be looking at them.
And you can hit the follow button.
Yes, you could. Oh, definitely follow.
And subscribe.
If you haven't followed Zach, what's wrong with you? Just do it.
Yeah, exactly.
We're getting the Migs Mayfeld from Morak, which, again, they already showed off.
Yep.
We're getting the Bib Fortuna they just announced in that wave as well. But the last figure was a surprise, unannounced figure that, there was a pipeline, so we knew it was coming, but we hadn't seen anything about it. Zach, what was that figure?
Papa Gord, what was that figure?
Oh, we're just passing the buck. Papa Gord.
Playing hot potato.
Yeah. You get the announcement. You get the look. Come on.
Maybe, was it Fennec Shand?
Yeah, we got it.
I think so. Yeah.
The Disney princess
on the nail right there.
That's right. She's from... Well, she is a Disney princess.
Yeah, she is.
She's Mulan.
This figure looks incredible.
Can I just give it go ahead. One of those chef's kiss. Like so many chef's kisses. It's like a chef's makeout. That's how many kisses we're giving it.
Hey, Hasbro, do not send mikekaess a Fennec Shand figure. We do not know what he's going to do to this figure.
I'm just going to look at it and just, my wife's going to be in the toy room. She's like, Mike, stop looking at Fennec. That's all she's going to hear. Interesting. This is from Book of Boba Fett. I'm intrigued that they labeled this from Book of Boba Fett and not The Mandalorian, because it's like the same outfit as far as I can tell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's just marketing. You know, kicking.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. The
box has that really nice like dark green color to it.
This is the first Book of Boba Fett figure, right? This is 01.
It is because and she's doing the same pose on the box art as she's doing when she's like sitting on the side of his throne. Mm-hmm. So of course the next one is going to be the Boba Fett for sure.
Oh, for sure. Like the re-armored Boba Fett. Yeah. Oh, I cannot wait to get that.
Yeah, it's going to be so.
But
good.
So she's got the helmet, which looks great, and she's got a rifle, which looks great.
Amazing. Yeah. Just everything on the figure. And I do want to say there's been I don't even know if I want to get into it. There's been a specific individual in my comments who said Hasbro will never make a good figure again that's not a repaint or like reuse.
What are you talking about?
This literally like ends that argument. This is probably one of the best figures they've done.
No, screw that. Just in this wave, we have Princess Leia, we've got Bib Fortuna, we've got Boba Fett, and we have Fennec Shand. All, as far as I can tell, 100% non-reuse, great-looking figures.
Exactly. And specifically on the Fennec Shand figure, like the hair, the detail that goes into the hair, like if for people who are listening, like go to my Instagram, you can like scroll through. I made the post like a couple days ago. Like the detail on the hair is insane. Like the sculpting on that and the paint. And this is a picture from somebody who has it, not like in hand.
These are in hand.
These are like like in hand. Like it's incredible. Like what they did with that figure, and I cannot wait to get that one. It's gonna be so good. Papa Gord, what are your thoughts on the Fennec Shand?
Give us those Papa Gord thoughts.
I need at least 2, so probably. So no, I think I'll keep an extra one to the side for sure. So one might get worn out just standing there looking real good. So
you got all right.
It goes with like my 17 Jyn Ursos. Why not? So, I'm the ununofficial Jyn Urso saver. So, and
that's true. So that was your first figure, right? That was one of the 3 figures. So. Wasn't that one of the 3 figures you picked up?
Yeah, her. Yeah. What's his name? Cassian and the Flame Trooper were my first 3 figures.
So, well, basically,
I'd like to smoke.
Well, you're doing like the Toy Galaxy Boba Fett thing, but with Jins.
Yes, the Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing with the Jins? What's your
great wave?
He just has them.
How many Jyn Urso figures do you have?
I find it for, I'm almost 20 now. I think now. So yeah.
I wish you lived in my area. Like every Walgreens has like 9 of them. Hey, can I buy all the ones from my Walgreens and like ship them to you, so they can like get some new figures in there?
I would put them in the set, no problem. So I'm a Jyn Rescue. Yep.
He gives them a good home. It's like a humane society thing. He brings them in, rehabilitates them. Are you looking forward to the new face printed one?
Absolutely. Yeah. I only want one of those though. So yeah, I'll rescue the old ones. So
okay.
Yeah.
The Jyn.
Well, I think that's it for those in-hand ones, but that's not it for the news. Jesus, we got so much. I know
we got a lot.
The news just doesn't stop, man.
I'm excited. Yeah. So some really big news coming out recently, which I think it's just another one of those weird Hasbro things, Walmart things, where like they put a figure or a set of 3 figures up for pre-order, like in July or sometime in the summer.
It was a long time. It was like 5 months ago at least.
Yeah, like they put up these like 3 random figures for pre-order, and without even showing a picture, and then they reveal them. And of course we're talking about the Clone Wars, the micro series, the Gendry Tartakovsky Gendry, whatever. Everybody knows.
Gendy Tartakovsky.
Yeah. That's the word. That's the name.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I had to blind buy these figures as soon as they went up.
Yeah.
You don't have time, especially with Walmart. Like, you don't have luxury of being like, well, I don't know. Well, maybe if I see them. Like, no.
Yeah, you have to pre-order and cancel. Yeah.
You gotta go for it. Like, never be shy to pull the trigger on a pre-order because they don't charge until it ships.
Yeah.
So you don't want to get that FOMO where finally 8 months later or whatever, they show you the picture. And then you're like, oh, I do wish I had pre-ordered those 8 months ago. Sucks to be me, I guess. Like, you just got to pre-order them and then cancel them if you don't want them.
So it's just one of those weird things where, like, they announce it after it's been pre-ordered like 5 months ago or in the summertime, and then they don't put any more availability back up.
Nope.
You know, so it's just like the people who didn't realize, like just the casual collector.
Yeah.
You know,
it sucks to be them. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't realize they went up. It's probably going to be like, because I actually met somebody today. I was in my local comic shop, just like browsing what they had. It's actually where I bought the Michael Myers figure because I'm in the Halloween spirit, and I saw they had it, and I was like, "Oh, this is really cool." So I got that, and I was talking about the Black Series because we were both looking at the, you know, what they had, and he doesn't have Instagram. Like, I was trying to talk to him about, like, you know, our show. I was like, "Hey, you follow Yak Face?" Like, because he was looking for a Return of the Jedi Luke. And I was like, I'm sorry, bud, but you're going to have to go to eBay. Like, those are secondary market. It is high, you know? So he doesn't.
Unless you get a Rancor, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. So, right. Exactly. So he's just one of those casual collectors, which is perfectly okay that doesn't follow the news. So if you see the news come out, you're like, oh, wow. Like, I love this miniseries. I'm going to get this General Grievous. Let me go order it. It's sold out.
You'll need a time machine, buddy.
Like, are you kidding me? And then, so it's just
get in that
really
DeLorean.
Confusing, but I digress. So now we can dive into like the actual, you know, figures themselves. What's your? I do kind of want to ask. What's your favorite of the three? We got the General Grievous, the ARC Trooper, which is Fordo, and then
he's not called Fordo. He's just called like ARC Trooper.
Yeah, they called him Fordo. He is Fordo.
Yeah.
I noticed a lot of people are upset they put the regular like ARC Trooper belt on him and not that tan. Belt, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Well, he's just Echo. He's Echo that has a different head, and he's been
the Phase 1 helmet,
and that's it. Yeah. And he also has the wrong guns. He doesn't, because the Fordo in the miniseries had like bigger guns basically.
Yeah.
And they're even on the package. Like, you can see him on the package, but he's
I think you could
little dinky guys.
You could probably just chalk that up to like the animation style.
Oh, for sure.
He'll come with this too, like blasters, and he actually comes with 4. He comes with 2 hand pistols, and then the
he comes with all the standard blasters that like Echo came with and stuff. Yeah, he comes with a lot.
Yeah.
What's your
Mace Windu is probably my favorite. I'm a sucker for those Jedi with the clone trooper armors. It sucks that he's basically just the Mace Windu we already have, but I think he's a better. He looks better than the Obi-Wan that was in the same style did. I think personally.
I don't know. That Obi-Wan's one of my favorites. Don't talk about Obi-Wan like that.
I think that's one of the
I literally said last episode
line.
that might be one of my favorite figures.
I think the Clone Commander one from the Gendy Tartakovsky one, the micro series.
Oh, that one is not good.
No. I think that's one of the worst figures.
I thought you were talking about the new Clone Wars.
No, that one's great. That's from the 2008
I was about to say. I was about to throw hands. I was about to leave the podcast.
No. I'd throw hands on myself.
Papa Gord actually has it sitting right there.
Kicking my own ass.
Yeah, Papa Gord actually has it sitting right there. They just put the wrong head on it. Like, it would be okay. They put the wrong
I think it has the wrong body. That's just, they use the worst clone trooper body. I do not like that figure at all.
Papa Gord, what's your favorite of the 3?
But he's highly
micro.
Well, I'll have to say Fordo, just because that's the only one I'm getting, because they never went up in Canada as far as I know, and so one of my subscribers managed to get 2 ordered of him, so fingers crossed that I have him, so I may have to go secondary, but awesome. that Windu looks so nice.
I think the Windu looks good. Yeah,
I think I'm glad that you all picked those 2, because now since we have 3, you know, my favorite of the 3 is General Grievous, so we each have we each picked a separate. And I think the ARC Trooper Fordo, he's the only one I ordered 2 of since he's a trooper. So if you need one, I got you. So
that's the one he's got. That's the one that someone said.
I'm just saying
that's the one I got.
Are you just putting that out there? Are you just putting that out into into podcast land?
I think I might have done 2 of the Grievouses too.
I can't
remember. I'd have to check.
I also got 2 of the ARC Troopers because if you order 2 figures on Walmart.com,
that's why I do double. Yeah, that's why that's why I did double for the artillery, and that's why I did double for those. Like with Walmart.
I actually
Amazon.
have two of these bad boys.
Oh, awesome!
The Ramparts. I don't know what I'm going to do with the second one. I might be like a giveaway on my channel. But I figured like it was only $5 more after shipping to just order a second one with free shipping, because that's how expensive shipping was. So I was like, I might as well just order 2. Like, does it make sense not to order 2?
Yeah, and I really, what do you like? Did you see the out of box pictures, like that they did of these? I really like the blue that they put on the General Grievous, like the legs.
I like that, and I like the white
blue
cape.
Is so good. The white, I was worried they were just going to do the regular and just make it.
No, he looks good,
but he looks really good. Like it's a new cape.
I wonder if they'll have the same
all white
problems.
armor. I would guarantee you that personally. There's no way they're going to retool this. Right?
Probably not. Yeah.
Which I was able to pose mine, fairly, decently. So, and I'm actually proud of it. I use this stuff as Kiki Fix Loose Joint. That's what it's called. You can just get off eBay or whatever. It actually worked pretty well. He doesn't have any issues falling over now. At first I felt like the Fordo looked awkward with the thick red paint on the helmet, because I feel like his helmet's a little small for how wide they did the paint. And I know that the character is like that, but I feel like it's just an animated style of how the normal clone troopers are with the paint, going down. But the out of box picture, it looks more natural, and now I'm actually like excited about it now than I was like in the packaging. It just looked a little awkward, but the one out of the box looks really good. So, do
you have those pictures on your Instagram as well?
I do. That's what I'm using as my resource right now.
So that's right. Everyone listening, again, if you want to, if you want to see these photos, just go to the Star Wars Black Series on the Instagram.
And I try to group them together. Say, hey, look at that right
Papa
there.
Gord's doing. Look at that. Papa Gord's already there.
Let's talk about how convenient I grouped them together, so you can just kind of look at and scroll through the 3 of them.
He spared no expense, folks.
Posts. Oh yeah, I am here for your convenience.
He's also ribbed for your pleasure.
So do you all have any other thoughts on the 3 micro series figures?
No, man. It just took him so long to finally show these stupid figures.
I know.
I was like, every time they had an announcement, I was like, are they finally going to show us what these stupid figures I pre-ordered months ago look like? Every time. And it never was, until randomly one day, after they'd already had 2 big announcements, they're like, you know what? Let's just show these. Why not?
So now the next waiting game is going to be like, how many events go by that they don't show Fennec Shand? Because we got the 1027 they haven't shown her, and then she was shown after that, I guess.
Yeah, at this point, why even bother? Why even bother? We've seen her.
Yeah. They'll just do like, I feel like she'll be one of the do you think she'll be one of the, what do they call it, the bounty, to bring home the bounty thing?
To bring home the bounty. I think she's.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because I think she's intended to be. Yeah.
It has to be, right? Because she's in the show.
Yep.
She's the only one that hasn't been officially shown. But so out of those 3, I don't really have anything else to say.
No. You got any last thoughts, Papa G?
Just looking pretty. Hey, if anybody else has extras out there, let me know. So.
We'll keep. Hey, you'll be in.
But yeah, no, they look good. So
if they pop back up, I will snag you some.
I know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. So we have a couple, just some quick covers, some quick rumors and news ish stuff to talk about.
Yep. So I do want to dive into, well, not really dive into, but I do before. So people, we're going to talk about the Walgreens exclusive 212th Battalion Clone Trooper. Apparently that might be discontinued. Like, we're not sure. There's like a weird, was it Yak Face posted something that it seems like it's it might be discontinued, might not.
It seems like it's not in Walgreens' system anymore, which I think it's just supply issues. I think they're just like, we don't know when we're going to get this, so we're freeing up inventory space. I don't know. Yeah. I don't think it's actually been discontinued. Somewhere they exist in boxes. Like, it doesn't get that far and doesn't get announced without them getting that far, without them like that happening.
Yeah.
So what's happening is they are stuck in a container somewhere.
I feel like if they were in a container, then we'd see people overseas with them.
That's probably true, actually.
That's the thing I was.
You have a good point.
Because we've seen like these figures that were announced 2 days ago, or whatever. Yeah. We've got, Hobby Base is already selling them, in Hong Kong or whatever. You
actually have a good point there.
So that's the only thing I'm concerned about with that, and also the thing the Q&A they did, and I'm sitting there watching it, and I think the news not the news, but the rumor that Yakface put out that this could potentially, not be a great situation. Like, it could be discontinued, it could not be. You never know. Nobody asked about the clone. Like, that was a perfect time for maybe the Hasbro reps to be like, offer some clarity. Like, say, yeah, like Walgreens, like it's just delayed a little bit, or we're working with Walgreens on fixing this issue. Like, give us something. But nobody asked, and I was like, they asked some good questions, and we got some decent answers out of that. But
that's what they need to talk to us. Give us that Q&A. We got you covered, baby.
Yeah,
you got a stew going.
So, and I think I don't remember which page it was. They asked for like questions for the Q&A, and I was like, you know what? I was like, maybe like, since I have this account, like maybe like I can get one of the questions, one of my questions in. And I asked, like, I would love to know I asked about the Jenny Tartakovsky figures, and I asked about, I think I sent another page, somebody else who's going to be in it, I said, ask about the Walgreens Trooper, like, we need to know, and then nobody did. So I was upset that nobody asked about the Walgreens Trooper, because that's something we need clarified, like, soon, I would say. But
I really want to know.
Yeah. It's just like kind of a void out there.
Mine are still on order, so I'm not worried. So.
Papa Gord's got them.
Yeah, I've got a few.
Yeah, because Walgreens is EB or GameStop exclusive, right? Yeah.
GameStop
in Canada.
Yeah.
So. Oh wow! So those are on order in Canada in GameStop.
Because
they were they have. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah. GameStop in Canada gets Walgreens exclusives because they don't have Walgreens there.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's interesting. So, if it pops back up, buy like 3 more.
I'll have to look to see what I've got. I think 4. I think I got 4 on order. So, wow. But I'll have to look into the see what they still have for the release date. So, see if we're close to it or not.
That's very interesting.
We could have an inn. We could have a secret Canadian inn.
You never know.
All right. So speaking of GameStop, there's also a rumor of a Gaming Greats Shadow Guard figure.
Yep, I forgot about that one. So it looks like, what was the figure that? Oh, it was the Commando Trooper, and it looks like you can see the hand. With the Royal Shadow Guard,
the staff thing. So it looks like the same one we've already had in that.
Yeah, in that pack,
Guardian of Evil pack or whatever. Yeah.
So
because that is from a game.
I'm excited about that. Yeah. I don't know which game, but
Force Unleashed, I think.
Oh, I didn't play those. I only watched the cutscenes on YouTube.
Yes. Yeah.
Just to get the story.
Force Unleashed. Yes.
But yeah, I'm excited for that one. I'll definitely pick it up.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna have 2 on my shelf then. So why not? Yeah. Assuming that's what it is. I guess we'll find out. But that's a rumor. It's a pretty credible rumor. Again, Yakface is our source for all these. So if it's not true, go complain to him. We're just regurgitating what he says.
Speaking of guests, maybe we can get Yakface on one day.
I would love to get
Yakface. If you're listening, we open invitation whenever you want.
Give us that yak voice to go with your yak face.
I love whenever he did the YouTube live. That was so cool. But I do want to jump back real quick, since we're talking about figures that we're seeing a little bit on. You probably know where I'm going with this, where it's like we've seen just a little bit, and we can know what the figure is. Okay, so the client, if you look at the box of the client, you can see on the very bottom left of the picture art, there's a lightsaber blade coming into it, and it's Ahsoka's. So Ahsoka's going to be announced soon. You've heard about that, right?
No, I haven't heard that, but that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. So if you go look at the client box art, you can see a lightsaber blade coming down into it, and this is, I really like the Galaxy Collection line. And also on the Q&A, they asked, what do you call this line with the box art? What do you call this? And they said, we're open to suggestions. It's the Galaxy line. It covers the whole galaxy. You got the New Hope. You got Empire.
I like it. I think it rolls off the tongue.
It's the Galaxy line. That's what we're going with. Anyways, I digress. So,
and I like that it labels definitively where these figures are from. Because in the past, when it was just in a box, like with the Phase 1 R2D2, you're like, what? Where do I put this on my shelf? It's just R2D2. Is it a prequel R2D2? Yeah. Is it a OT R2D2 Like what? Like, so because I have movie shelves, you know?
It did come with the jets, so you could put it on the legs.
You can put it wherever you want, really. But it's nice having a definitive, this is where this figure is from. Like, here's a Mace Windu, but is it episode 2 Mace Windu? Is it episode 1 Mace Windu? Like, no, this is an episode 3 Mace Windu. You know, so it's nice having those definitive answers.
Yeah.
And where I was kind of going with this is, I love this. I think it's awesome. I think, like, I don't line these up, you know, in the packaging, but I've seen people that do, and they look great. And I love the concept of it. But the only like thing I don't like about it is it's like this, like, we know the Ahsoka's coming because we've seen her lightsaber blade from, you know, the client box, and we know the Shadow Guard is coming because we've seen the staff on the commando. Like, it just kind of spoils it in advance, and I think it's more exciting whenever it's like revealed, like, oh crap, you know, they just announced an Ahsoka, you know, and it still will be like that whenever she's revealed, but it's just like, now we officially know it's coming, you know.
Yeah, it also spoiled Cad Bane because you could see his hat.
Yeah, exactly. It's just little things like things like that. So. And I think I mentioned that with the pipeline. It's like they announced these pipeline figures, and then it's still exciting, but
you're just a little sad because it takes away a little bit.
I just miss how it used to be, where they would do a panel and they'd reveal like 10 figures, you know, and it's like, oh crap, they just announced like this 6-figure wave that we had no clue was coming. You know what I mean? Like way back in the day, but. You know, well, that kind of just happened, but with this leak, like, oh, here's a 6-figure wave. There we go. Yeah, that is true. That is very true.
Yeah. All right, and then the last little kind of mini reveal we got, well, rumor, I guess, is the yak face rumor of the Book of Boba Fett Deluxe Boba Fett.
So, how deluxe do you think we're talking? Do you think we're talking like
Cobb Vanth,
like Cobb Vanth type deluxe, or you think we're talking throne deluxe?
I hope a throne. I would love it to come with a throne.
That would
He's got to come with a throne. He's got to, but I don't want to get my hopes up and have them dashed.
Yeah, I just don't think, like, it seems like the direction they're going with the deluxe figures now, because it used to be like when we were in the blue box days. I feel like I'm ranting a lot today, and I said I wouldn't rant a lot, so I apologize. But it seemed like back in the blue box days, whenever we got a quote-unquote deluxe figure, it was like a Tauntaun, it was a Wampa, you know. But now if you get a deluxe, it's like a figure with really good paint, and like you get a Boba Fett with like a bunch of flame and like all these cool accessories, which is really cool. Like, I'm not complaining, but so it seems like when they say deluxe now, it's this, you know what I mean? And it's not, it's not a Cantina bar, you know what I mean? Or it's
like a Jar Jar Binks, because he has
it's like a Jar Jar Binks that comes with a big shield,
you
know. So I think the deluxe now is gonna I think it's gonna be Boba Fett, and he's gonna come with a lot of like really cool, you know.
I mean, I hope we get another like a Snoke situation, because he came with a throne. I loved that release. Like the regular release Snoke was awful. The throne one was cool, and the only difference was the throne. Yeah,
and then we had the crate, or not the Octu Luke, and then we had the crate Rey. So I think there's hope, but I just feel like they haven't done that in a while. You know.
What about you, Gord? Do you have a spot on your shelves there for a Boba Fett throne? A throne buffet.
Oh. Well, yeah, I could remove the one I presently have already, but yeah.
Did you get someone to make
an official one? I would.
Yeah, I've been eyeing
David
that custom.
C.
So
shout out to David C. Yeah, there's that one, and eventually coming up on the channel. Well, again, if it's YouTube and you guys are watching and you know who I am, I have another one. So I'm actually going to be doing a giveaway that I'm going to be giving away a throne.
So go subscribe to Papa Gord.
Can I get like 18 entries into that? How can I enter into that?
I haven't figured it out yet, but yeah, see there.
Oh, look at that.
Wow,
that is really good. That's
yeah. It's even got he's textured it on here and stuff too. So some weathering and what have you. So
for the people listening on the podcast, he's showing off a custom made throne that was.
Do you have a picture of that on your Instagram, Papa?
In that little sneak peek.
Probably, I probably do. I had not this exact one, but I can snap another one and put it up there.
Or make a video on your channel. Like, I just want a place where people can go to look at it. Basically,
yeah. If you send me pictures of that, like you can DM me on Instagram. I'll advertise that giveaway for you, and hopefully a lot of people will subscribe to you.
There you go. See, cross promotion. Excellent. That's what this is all about, right?
If I get an entry. No, I'm joking.
He gets 2 entries.
Absolutely.
I don't want to win it, and then everybody's like, it's set up. It's a conspiracy. You know, I don't want to win it, and everybody's like, it's a job. You know, but I'll do that for you. You know, send me pictures of it, and I'll put something up. So.
Awesome. All right. That'll make David's day. So yeah, he does a lot of 3D stuff. So yeah.
That's awesome.
I want to get into one question because I think this is interesting, and I put this in here specifically for Papa Gord.
I know where we're going.
On my I think on the last YouTube comment, like YouTube video is a comment from Captain Cook 20. He says, question for the next episode. Obviously, it's the next episode, so I'm asking it. What's your guys' opinion on in-box or out-of-box collecting? And do you think a value of a Black Series figure changes whether it's in-box or out-of-box? By the way, I love the podcast. And I only put it in there because the end was the best part. Obviously, he loves the podcast. That's all I care about. But this one specifically, because I know Papa Gord used to be exclusively in-box, but now he's not. So I thought specifically, I'd love to get Papa Gord's opinion on this in-box versus out-of-box. So, like, lay it on me. What made you change your lifestyle?
It was your fault. Well, it was your fault initially. You all about the smell and the touch and the feel, and like
I often talk about the smell.
So kind of and a little dirty and whatever, and I'm like, oh, really? And I didn't have any Black Series at the time or whatever, and I was still collecting Batman the Animated Series, the reissued one. So I had the giant Batmobile and the Batwing and the whole bit. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to open up Batman and see what he looks like sitting in the Batmobile. I opened him up, and I knew nothing about joint seizing or any of that stuff. Mm-hmm. So I just grabbed his legs and whoosh, like just ripping a turkey bone and a wishbone, and and my family was sitting down in the basement, and they were like, "You turned like 3 shades of green and looked like you were gonna." I'm like, I think I threw up in my mouth a little bit anyway, and I'm like, I don't think I'm ever gonna do this again. So then that's when I found the $5 figures, and I am not probably 95% out of box. So there's a few that I keep in because I've got the figure already, and I don't need the deluxe one open. So, but yeah. That would be, I would say, you know what? If you're collecting, you're collecting. I mean, I don't collect for the monetary value of this. Things change and whatever, but primarily I love coming down, sitting in my chair sometimes and just staring at my stuff. And it, from maybe somebody's first customized figure that they've sent me that, maybe doesn't have any monetary value to whatever, the 2013 Boba Fett set, whatever. it all means the same. So it's, if you're collecting for monetary, then of course you're not taking it out of the box. But I got my boxes still, like, so if I slip them back in and put new tape on there, I could technically say they're mint in box. Nobody would know the difference, but I wouldn't do it.
That's right. You got some collecting fraud here. These are fraud tips from Papa Gord. What do you think, Zach? Because you have a little bit of both back there. So
yeah, so pretty much all the ones I keep in the box, I have loose. I just buy an extra to keep in the other than the SDCC, Boba Fett, because I didn't get that at retail, so I'm not going to buy that again, to open it. So, but I only keep something in the box if I have a second one to open and I really like it. So. That's why I'm going to open this Filoni and then maybe try to get one to keep in the box. Cause I really like just the way he looks like sitting in there and you slide it.
He does look good in the box. He does. Yeah.
That's why I'm going to try to snag a second one of those. Yeah. But, there are figures that if you do open it, like the value is going to go down, but you can still sell it at the loose. Like sure. We're looking at what's the Cara Dune figure. Like if you have a new one, that's insanely priced, but you can still get like $100 for it loose, so these figures have monetary value even if you open them. You're just not going to get, you're not. But if you have them new, they're going to be worth more. But my advice to people, like if they're getting into collecting, and I've had people DM me like in the past, like talking about like how they want to get into the Black Series, but they're just not sure where to start. And I'm just like, it's really easy now because we have separate moves. Just collect what you love. If you love, if you collect Empire Strikes Back figures, they have a section. It's the Galaxy line. It's Empire Strikes Back. Like pick some figures from that movie. If you want to mess with them, take pictures of them, pose them on your shelf, open them. If you want to display the boxes, if that's what you want to do, it's just whatever you want to do. We have people that collect cases. And they seal the cases and they put it in their like storage.
How is that fun? How is that fun? I really. I kind of get leaving them in the box. I don't really get it because to me, seeing someone's in-box collection just looks like you have a very fancy toy store here. Like that's just not anything that I like. But I'm not gonna I'm not gonna say that you're not a collector or like say you're not really a fan or whatever because that's how you collect. It's just different from how I do it, and I don't like that. But that's fine. But the people that just buy whole cases. Like,
and they keep them sealed, like they don't open the cases. Yeah,
you can't even see the figures.
Yeah, so that's strange to me, and I think that's kind of strictly monetary, which I think is
I always say if you want to invest in stocks.
Yeah, but go buy some crypto.
Go buy some cryptocurrency. Get some NFTs. Like the toys are toys. Like I feel like
you're gonna buy this figure that's gonna go up in value, but then you're also gonna buy something I have laying here. You're also gonna buy this figure that's going to decrease as much as this is going to go up. You know what I mean?
So like, just for the people listening, he pointed a Shock Trooper and a Luke Skywalker Yavin.
Yeah, so you can sell this for $10, $12 on eBay, like loose.
Heck, you can go on Best Buy and get
the
Skywalker Strikes for like $12 right now.
And you can sell this for probably $40. So you're making $10 right there even now. So
I just I kind of pointed out this earlier. Like the prices for figures vary over time. It changes wildly based on almost nothing. It's kind of on a whim of what suddenly became popular for whatever reason.
I mean, look at what happened with Cara Dune.
Yeah.
And Gina Carano,
like just Gina Carano stuff. Yeah. Because she was her credit collection was like warming the pegs hard until that happened. And suddenly everyone went to Targets and bought every credit collection Cara Dune and to resell or hoard or whatever they want to do for it. I don't collect anything for monetary value, at least toys. That's not why I collect them. One of my least favorite questions is when someone asks me how much is this worth? Should I collect this? I'm like, I don't know. Don't ask me that. I don't care.
Collect it.
That's not why I collect it. No? Yeah, collect it because you like it. If you're that worried about how much figures are worth, I feel like maybe you're not collecting for the right reasons. I also think that a lot of people see these figures and see dollar signs because some of the older 80s figures are that way. But the problem there is people didn't have this mindset back then. Like when Papa Gord was a kid, you know, because you're like, what, 10 years older than me, I think. So you would have been a kid with the Power of the Force original stuff. Like, you didn't have this thought where like, oh, I should save this in the box. Like, no one did. You got a Luke Skywalker, you opened it up, and you played with it. And that's how everyone was. And you put it in the sand, you put it in the dirt. But now, 30, 40 years later, people are like, oh, man, it's really, really cool to have this. And that's why they're worth so much money, because you have those people trying to reclaim their childhoods. But it's a lot. There's not as many of them because people weren't saving them. The opposite happened in the 90s with the Power of the Force 2 figures. Everyone was buying multiples of those. So many. Like, I had a friend who had one to open, one to save, and another to save as a backup just in case. And now you can go to any comic store and get one that was supposed to be worth tons of money for like $2 in card, like mint in card or whatever, because so many people were saving them. They're worthless now.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't think collecting them for monetary value is the right way to really collect it. But if that's what you like, that's what you like. I just don't like
you.
It. Yeah, I'm not going to stop you. But that being said, I did buy a Rancor to sell. That's
different. That's like, it's not going to exist if you don't back it, and then it's just the market value. Because if you don't back, we've talked about this the past couple episodes. If you don't back it and you don't get yours, that's the last day you're going to get it for retail.
That's it.
It's going to go up. So.
Well, and you know what? Someone pointed out it's not even retail. That $350 is not a retail price. It's technically a wholesale price. That's true. Because that's the price that everyone gets it at. If you're a BBTS or Dork Side or whatever, that's how much they're buying them for as well. They're not getting a better price.
Yeah, because they don't have to do as much like distribution like to all the
Hasbro is technically selling all of these to people for wholesale price. So because that is the bottom line discount price. Like that's what it costs to make and get. That's why when you put that $350 down or whatever, you are creating that figure. So it's not playing by the same rules as a normal figure where they only make 10,000 of these and they're distributing them out or whatever. So it's different rules.
Somebody was it was in one of the Facebook groups. It was one of the Star Wars Black Series Facebook groups I'm in, and I like to see what people post in there. And somebody was kind of ragging on Hasbro for the price of the Rancor, and he commented, and I'm not going to say the name, I don't even remember the name, but he commented something like, I can't wait till somebody prints a Rancor on a 3D printer and sells them for $150. And I was like, you realize custom figures are like $80, number one.
Yeah.
Custom,
like regular size ones. Yeah.
And I said, you can buy a Jabba's sled, for like a custom Jabba's sled for $150.
Mm-hmm.
You would have to you have to get the plastic cost, mold the plastic to the Rancor. You have to custom paint the Rancor. Like, you can't just like custom paint something that big and sell it for $150 and you'd make like $6 an hour or like $3 an hour. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely. Yeah. People don't understand how much work goes into that.
That's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever read. Like, you don't understand, like, it's just Hasbro sell these on a mass, to a mass audience so they can, it's just, you can't buy something like that custom for cheaper than what Hasbro's going to give it to you. And
there are people that actually do that. Like they
make amazing things.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to pay a ton,
They're not,
it's not 150.
And that's actually why the Proton pack is so popular, because fan made ones you get on Etsy are going for like thousands of dollars versus the $400. So that $400 Proton pack is kind of a steal based on the customized ones that people commission to get, which are way more expensive. So I definitely agree with that. All right. I think that's about it. But I do have one last thing before we go. At the end of the last episode, we had I told people I wanted them to email us and let us know where they were. We got a couple. We got Mark. We got Andrew. Who else?
International listeners.
These are all international.
Like, let us know where you live.
Listeners. Yeah. So we got people from Germany, someone in the UK. So like, it was really cool to hear from you guys. But we got one email that I wanted to read out loud from a listener. So if you will indulge me for a second here, I'm going to get my my best reading
professional
voice here.
There you go.
Yeah.
The narrator.
Dear guys, long-time listener, first-time caller. That's where I got that joke from earlier, by the way. Love the show and wanted to reach out to you to see what you thought about the rumor that I started that Hasbro is going to stop the Haslab campaign for the Rancor because they realize that nobody wants it. Everything I've heard about it is how disappointed people are that it isn't anything else. Like, fans would have been happier with a Hapabor, which I had to look up. I had no idea what a Hapabor was. It's that big elephant pig thing from episode 7, just in case you're curious.
Okay.
Or Mahonic's pod, which I did know. That's the Rees guy, pod racer or whatever. If I were you, with the platform you have and the responsibility that comes with it, I'll advise everyone to log their disappointment with Hasbro by canceling their Rancor pledges and transferring them over to the G.I. Joe Haslab Sky Striker campaign.
Boo.
Facts. Yeah, I know. First of all, let's give it a boo. Let's give it a boo.
Boo.
These are his facts. Facts. Number 1, the Rancor only comes with 1 figure, the Rancor itself. The Sky Striker will have 6 at the end of the campaign. Well, first of all, that's wrong.
False.
We know at the very least we're getting the Rancor and the Gamorrean Guard with potentially 3 more figures. So, whatever. Number 2, the Rancor has snap-on drool. The Sky Striker has an articulated action stand and snap-on engine exhaust and weapons effects. Okay, you've got us there. I feel like that's a valid point.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the Rancor could have snap-on exhaust.
But the Rancor is like 42 inches wide and 27 inches tall.
That's true. It's way bigger. I would, you know what? I will say this: if one of the tiers for the Rancor is a stand, I'm actually going to be pissed about that. I really am. The Rancor does not need a stand, unless it's like a diorama. If it's a diorama, that's different.
I mean,
like
they showed it standing on its own today,
right? Yeah, it doesn't just
the physical, so it should be good.
Okay. Number 3, the Rancor fits 0 figures inside. Look, it can fit half a figure inside of it. They showed that off. The Sky Striker fits 2. Heck, even the old Action Fleet Rancor fits 2 or 3, depending on the figure. What a ripoff! I mean, whatever. Number 4, the Rancor costs $120 more than the Sky Striker and does not have any missiles. That's actually a pretty good point as well.
Okay.
It doesn't have any. You're right. It doesn't have any missiles. A missile firing Rancor would be pretty rad. Number 5, the Rancor only has 1 deco to select from. The Sky Striker has countless variations thanks to the variety of decal options. I mean, that's true. It's got the stickers and stuff. I can get that. Number 6, the Rancor was killed by arguably one of the worst Jedi who ever lived. He didn't even want to be a Jedi once he returned. The Sky Striker is a tool for peace distribution throughout the Earth sphere. I think that's not really. I wouldn't say that about Luke Skywalker. He's not. There are worse Jedi than Luke Skywalker. I'm just saying. I think that's a mischaracterization.
I mean, the Jedi who went to go get Palpatine in episode 3 literally just stood there and let him stab him. So
right.
They're like standing there like this, and Palpatine's just like,
yeah, like,
and they're like,
what was Sassy Tim doing? Like, Sassy Tim was just standing like a chump. Like, come on. Kid Fisto went down like a pansy. He just was like, Kid Fisto. Lifeless shark eyes. All right. Anyways, where was I? Number 7. With only around 30 left as of this letter, we still don't know if the Rancor will have real feel skin like the Power of the Force 2 Rancor released in 1998. The Sky Striker has more speed lines carved into the surface, so we already know that it feels better than the original release in 1984. That's actually not true anymore. We do know that it has real feel, so suck it.
Yeah.
All right, number 8. The Rancor is not reintroducing a 40-year-old line of figures. The Sky Striker is. This actually may be a point for the Rancor. Leave this one out if you read this on air. Nope, I'm leaving it in because you're right.
Exactly.
You're absolutely right. The O-rings are back on the Sky Striker, and that sucks because who wants to go backwards in technology? That'd be like, you know what? I really want a rotary phone. I don't want this touchscreen technology. I want older stuff. Like, no. Give me dial-up. Give me dial-up internet. I don't like this gigabit stuff that I've got.
Yeah, and he's trying to bash the Rancor saying that it got killed by a one of the worst Jedi. I guarantee it. If Sky Striker was in a Top Gun movie, it would be the first one blown up. Like, I swear, it would be blown up so fast. Like, it would be blown up in the opening credits of the movie.
Right. Number 9. In conclusion, I think most people like variable sweep wings more than they like articulated fingers. So the choice is there is only one choice. Back the Sky Striker today. Love the show. Thank you. Have a good show. Hi, I'm Dan Larson. And then he gave us a link to cancel the Rancor pledge and back the Sky Striker. So whoever you are, Dan Larson, whoever you are,
no clue who this guy is.
Whoever you are, Dan Larson, we're going to find you and we're going to get you on the show at some point. Maybe not next time, but before those campaigns end. And we're going to have this out because you have just said some absolutely outrageous things. And I will not stand for this. This
might be kind of, this is going to get personal. I promise you that.
Yeah, 100%. These are fattened words. If I might borrow your Southern accent, which I was actually born with, so it's not even appropriation. They're fattened words.
Fighting words.
These
are fighting words. Let's get it.
He did have a lot of valid points, though. I have to give it to him.
No, you are on the Black Series Cantina podcast.
Dan, do you need this guy, Dan? I'll send him to you for free, Dan. I'm on your side, Dan.
Mike,
I think
you have the power.
Good points, Dan.
Kick him out right now.
Oh my God.
Mike, kick Papa Gord out right now.
Yeah, whoever this Dan Larson character is from Toy Galaxy, maybe.
Who even is it? Is this even the real Dan Larson?
Who knows? Anyone can just say they're Dan Larson. Look at me. Hi, I'm Dan Larson, and I like translucent things because I love seeing through things.
I'm Dan Larson from Galaxy Toys.
That's it. Nailed it. Absolutely.
Galaxy Toys.
You got it.
I'm going to start a YouTube channel called Galaxy Toys.
Galaxy Toys. All right. Well,
my name is Larson Dan.
You like a reverse, like a Negadan? Bizarro Dan. All right. Well, I think that's all the time Papa Gord, give us a little plug for you. Where do we find you? What you got coming up? Give us a little taste of the Papa G life here.
Let's see. Live streams are back and running. I do a very late one at YouTube at Papa Gord, the Canadian Santa Claus, which you can find me on Instagram.
We'll have a link down.
Twitter, whichever. Facebook, there's I haven't put anything on Facebook in forever, but it's there if you want to look at past stuff. But so I live stream every Wednesday night at like midnight Eastern time for all my West Coast people who, it's like 9:00 at night, so it's not a bad time for them, and it helps me unwind when I get home from work. So that happens for a couple hours. Sundays around 8:00, I do a live stream every Sunday, and then I've got reviews coming. I'm still working on getting my Cody hot toy done. I've got a bunch of guys. I got the Cantina Showdown to finish and get that one up, and then Tech just arrived, so he'll be put into rotation as well. So that's kind of what's going on right now. If you haven't ever popped by, we have a good time. I have a very nice community, which is, again, thanks to Mike, I've had some branch off. So it's nice to see people bounce kind of back and forth and
for sure,
around. So yeah, it's great. So yeah,
so pop by Papa Gord, pop into Papa Gord.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Papa Gord, like the thing, that the green pumpkin looking thing.
That's right. You got it. He's a gourd,
not a gourd.
A goward. A gourday. So me personally, I'm mikekaess. I've got a YouTube channel. I've got reviews and unboxings, and this first Saturday of every month I do a live stream, which again, if you're listening to this, the live stream has probably already happened. But there's always the replay, and there's always next month. So there's that. I've also got Instagram
at Trusty Sidekick, and then I'm on the Twitter as well. That's pretty much my social media at mikekaess. So again, all the links will be down in the information section. Zach, what do you got for us, buddy?
All right. So of course, my name is Zach, and you can find me on Instagram at the Star Wars Black Series. You know, if you're kind of I guess if you're a casual collector, you're not listening to this. So I'm pretty sure we only have hardcore listeners that listen to this show.
All of our listeners are hardcore.
Yeah. So you can find me on Instagram at, that username, the Star Wars Black Series and I like to post pictures of figures. Like if I get something in the mail or like if a big news piece comes out, you can find me there. You can also find me on TikTok, which my TikTok's actually been blowing up lately. I'm over 2,000 followers now. My post about the George Lucas figure got over 30K views.
Dang.
I made whenever the Echo, like whenever those pipeline reveals got released, that's like over 20K views. Like it's kind of blowing up. So you should go follow me on TikTok if that's one of your things. It's
my number one Instagram post this year so far is the picture of Echo that I just did a screen cap from the live stream. And it's like infuriating to me. Like I take all these pictures that I'm super proud of, and it's this stupid screen cap that I got off a live stream. That's my number one liked post on Instagram.
Mine might be my number one. I haven't looked like at the data, but my number one post is probably going to be the Fennec Shand one, where I was like, I'll read it right now. Someone in my comments a while ago literally said Hasbro would never make a good figure again. This Fennec Shand says otherwise. And then I credited Isaac Wong Toys for the pics. Good job. So yeah, I think that's probably my number one post. But you can find me on those two spots. I do want to. We got some really good reviews recently that I posted on my Instagram, so I really appreciate. Like, if you enjoy what we do, if like you have a good time, please like leave a review. Like that really helps us. We've had some awesome reviews, like some 5-star reviews. Like you can go on my Instagram page if you want to read them. But I just want to thank everybody who takes their time. We get a lot of compliments. So
it's very nice. It's very validating. It makes me feel good. It helps me sleep at night. So thank you very much.
Exactly. And it just makes me want to keep doing this, because I was kind of hesitant to start the podcast. And then once we did, got all the good reviews. And then it's just like, now this whole new world of content creation has opened. So there we go. So we really please leave a good review. Like this video on mikekaess's YouTube channel. Subscribe to mikekaess. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me
Papa
on
Gord.
TikTok. Follow Papa Gord.
Papa Gord's going to have that giveaway.
Yep, the giveaway coming soon, and I'll advertise that. I'll I'll send you all in the right direction. So send us an email. blackseriescantina@gmail.com. We had this past couple of weeks, we've had a lot of international listeners like let us know we're listening. I thought that was like awesome. I tried to reply to some of them, just like letting them know like appreciation. So, and also send us your comments, what you thought about. And I get a couple, like not a whole lot of people send me DMs after they listen to the show. They talk about like, some of them they'll say, hey, yo, I'll talk about this on the show. Like my thoughts are yada yada. Like, what do you think about this? And we have a little quick conversation. So I kind of want more. I want more interaction like that. So send me a DM. We can chat about the Black Series. We don't only want to have YouTubers and people with a lot of followers as guests. We want general fans eventually too. So send me a DM. If we chat, we have a good like a time talking. Maybe we can get you on the show. So I think that's about all I got. So anybody else got any last thoughts?
Nope, that's all I got.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us in the Black Series Cantina, and we'll
That's right.
see you all next time.
Bye.